Good morning everybody, and today we have something a little bit different. It's not a full-fledged bow review. This time it's about a bow builder. He just starts building bows. It's Gabor Loeppke and his company name is Galeo Solutions. He does bow building, he builds models, 3D prints, CAD drawings and stuff. And he built some prototypes, so he's quite busy in his basement, and he made this bow now especially for me, that I check it and tell him my thoughts. So first of all, you get a really fancy sleeve, and on the sleeve there is here his information card with a QR code. I like this, so well done. And then you get, let me show you a pretty nice bow. So he builds, first of all, from Mongolian style bow up to a Yumi already, what I saw on his website, but you can check it by yourself. And this is his bow number 7. It's called the Cloudskull. Has a draw weight, he said, of 17 kilograms, which would be roughly 37 pounds. Has a max draw of 75 centimeters, which would be 30 inches. And has an overall length of 160 centimeters, which would be 63 inches. So he sent it to me and that's, can you please check and tell me your thoughts? I will do that. So first of all, let's remove the rubber band. Now, what directly caught my eye? First of all, it's interesting made. So when you see this knock, it's very interesting. I'm only not sure if it's really that well performing, because the string has here really a 90-degree angle, which can really bring a lot of force here to the corner to the string. But we will see. But I like this knock, that's really nice. Second, what I directly see is that the sears, in my opinion, are way too over-dimensioned. So they could be, I think, half the size, at least half the width, and maybe a little less here. And you see the grain running here. I would see if I can turn the sear part, that the wood grain runs in the other direction. Here it can be easily that it breaks and twists and stuff like this. The rest, nice lamination, looking very good with this texture, very nice. The next thing, first of all, shape, good. You have a bend flex in the handle, everything nice. The next thing is the handle. So the shape is a little like the living arrow, as we know it. But it's, look at my hand, it's for my taste a little too big. I like this wrapping, but it makes it even more big. For my taste, I would say leave this nice handle wrap and make the grip a little smaller, but it's his way of designing his bow. And I like the idea of having this as an arrow pass, but on the other side I don't like it. There is a gap, and I don't know which feathers you have on your arrow shaft, and it can, you know, the arrow shaft, the feather is a little pointing away, and then you get stuck here and you will deflect your arrow. So a nice idea that you don't tear off your wrapping, but I'm not sure if it's that functional. So that's all I could see for now. What do I expect from this bow? I guess it will shake a little due to the heaviness of the sears. But now we measure it and then we go from there. So I said this will not be a full-fledged review, only a first test. And then we see how the bow will do. Show from knock to knock. Kaching, 62 inches. And then you have the arrow pass, and this is, I guess the bow might not have the highest brace height, and then this arrow pass is really wide, so this is 38 millimeters, so that's quite on the wide side. But this is how he is doing it. Now let's string it. So the bow is not very heavy in poundage, should be no problem. Let's see, easy peasy. He has some reinforcements around the string loops, which is nice. But still, you see that it's almost a right angle. Not sure if it will cause too much. So one could simply round this off, that the string runs a little more round, and you still can keep this small string groove. That's not a problem. Then when you see here how wide the sears are here, I think we really could make them more narrow. But overall, look, it's for one who just starts building bows, impressive. Gabor, well done. We have a brace height of 5.5 inches. So this is a little on the low side, at least for me. We have a knocking point on it, a center serving. The string looks decent. The bow is straight, this is well done. But I guess for the poundage it's overall a little too much material on it. Now let's see. Handle doesn't feel that bad, it's only a little too big, and the knots he made on the belly side, so you have it always on your pressure point. If then I would like to have it on the other side, it doesn't affect me that much, because here you have the pressure of the bow and that's a little too much. But on the other side it enforces the grip. So 30 inches, throws very nice, wow, look at this. So 30 inches would be roughly here, but I think there's no sticking or nothing. These arrows are 32 inches, so most probably will not draw them fully. So let's see, when I put it on a knocking point and try to put it on this arrow pass, and the arrow points a little upwards. So for me, I would like to knock a little higher and have the arrow pointing down a little. So I knock above the knocking point, and then we are good to go. I wanted to shoot 3 fingers now, because yesterday I practiced 3-finger shooting. So look at this. That's now roughly 30 inches. There is no stacking. Oh! Yes, so this is what you can expect. So either you take very heavy arrows to get rid of this kick, or don't remove the knock. Oh, look, this is what I meant. When you have standard arrows, this can happen with your arrow pass, see that? So you ruin your feathers. That's why a nice idea, but so I need to shoot Katra directly, otherwise So it has quite some to it, but I think once you remove weight from the sears, change this string angle here a little, that it's not 90 degrees, then this boat just works fine, I guess. So here you really need to make sure that then the odd feather is out, otherwise, but it was the odd feather which was out, and I still was beating, oh wait, I need to knock above, I still was tearing up my fletching. So, kicks, but we can get rid of that, I guess. Oh, they all go there. Let's knock underneath, how he intended to. A decent group, it only kicks a lot, and as the brace height is very low, so I would maybe change something. For me, the sear angle a bit more would be nice. I'm not sure if this is doable. For the rest, it looks very nice and neat and straight here, but the brace height is a little low, and due to this massive handchoke there, the string can touch here, so it's almost like an English longbow. You need your wrist bracer. But other than that, it's not so bad. So let's see, 20 meters. Huh? Ooh, okay, brace height and wide arrow pass. I need to compensate for that. Oi. So that bow takes a little until you get used to, at least for me. But then, even cut, not really built in, but you can do it. On this part of my video, I would like to thank Danny, the new owner from Malta Archery, that I still can use his range. But of course, you know, everything has its downsides. I always need to, because he likes to decorate it, but it doesn't help me. So I always need to even if it looks good, the stuff is in the way. Even this one here. Yeah. So let's see what the throw weight will say. So 28. It's 27 pounds. 130, which is supposed to be the max draw. We have 30.6. I guess the bow would do more. Let's see. So the bow would go to 32. So I'm not sure if the draw length was written right. 34 pounds. So the bow does easy 32. So I'm not sure if this mentioned draw length on the website is correct. I guess this bow will do 32. 320 grain something, so we are roughly in the realm of 10 grain per pound. 30 inches. 135. 135. 132. Let's draw longer. Let's draw longer. So. Oh yes, 133. 147. And look, start to shoot in groups. Oi, 140. So you see what you can get out of it. So that was only a short test of this bow. I like what you're doing, Gabor. So then, first of all, these design ideas here, a knock like almost on a Yomi or on a, no, not even on a Korean bow, but very interesting knock. And there's even a small knock groove there. So you don't have the risk that you lose something. It's interesting, for sure. As said here, the string angle at the end, a little harsh. One could make this simply round, I guess, and then get rid of a lot of material. So this is way too much. So half of it would be fine, or almost half of it, and maybe a little thinner here if it's not working, but at least on this side, thin it out. Then you lose a little weight there, and then you have less of this vibration. Handle, as said, for me a little too big. It's quite bulky, and the arrow pass. So if it's possible to make it a bit more narrow. I mean, when you see others, they have arrow passes of under 20 millimeters. So I guess there is a bit room to play. The bow is very well built. So this is here stiff, and here very stiff. So I would not be overly, concerned if you slim it down here a little. For the rest, this whipping is really nice. It's only for my hand too big, and as I said, I would like then to have these ones on the front, on the back of the bow, so I don't have them on my hand, because you get this thing here, these knots always exactly here in your hand, and then you might feel it over time. With your arrow pass thingy, as I said, I'm not sure. It's an interesting idea, but it needs to be flush. So there's a gap here, and this gap can cause problems. If it's completely flush, it might work. For the rest, I like even this design you made there. I don't know how you made it, but it looks really cool. The Skull Cloud. Very interesting bow. Has for sure some potential. A few tweaks. A few minor and a few major tweaks, and then you're good to go. So there you really can slim it down, that's fine. And see if you can get the brace height at least to 7 inches. You know, this is for a bow behaving like this, and then only 5.5 inches. A bit more brace height, maybe a bit more sear angle if possible. And then this bow is fine. It's not the fastest, but I mean, you're just in the beginning and experience what the bow is doing. That's why I'm not too overly concerned. It's a fun shooter. It draws very nice. So the draw curve is very nice, and I think you can draw this bow 32 inches, but written was 76 centimeters, which is 30 inches. Not sure about that, so I don't want to overdo it, but this bow does easy 32. There's no stacking, nothing. So in this regards, really well built. So I will send this bow back to you, and then you can do whatever you want. Refine this one, make this one new, and then we will test the upgraded version. So, and you all viewers, I invite you to follow this journey of Gabor, the bow builder in Germany. He comes from Augsburg, it's in Bavaria, close to where I was living. I mean 150 kilometers away, but still close. And then you can follow the journey of his bow developments. So, and for now there is no price tag on it, so we first need to do a bit upgrade work, and then we think about the pricing of this bow. Really nice. So thank you very much, Gabor, for trusting in me and building this bow, especially for me, that I can put it on YouTube. Really cool. So, and what I like, I mean, I don't know where you got this material from, but it looks a bit like, you know, this, like some women have this as leggings, but I don't know. So I don't know. So, well done. I mean, I always appreciate everyone who builds a bow, even if it's only a PVC pipe bow. It's, you know, you do something, and I like this. This one works quite well. Can work, of course, a bit better. That's all. Thank you, Gabor, for sending it to me, and thank you all very much for watching. Catch you in